Hey everybody, this is Ed Majeski from Friday Night Vinyl. Tonight we're going to do my top 11 deep tracks by the Rolling Stones. And hope everybody's having a good night. And I actually tried to do this video last night and it all went well until I played it back, and the first 2 minutes were the speed. And then for some reason the slow-mo button hit, and a 7-minute video ended up being 43 minutes, and that's why I couldn't upload it. And it's this. Anyway, hopefully that doesn't happen tonight. So anyway, let's get moving here on my top 11. It was top 10, but last night I realized one song I left off, and I had to add one more, so we're just going to start it off as my top 11 deep track Rolling Stones songs. From the album Bridges to Babylon, Out of Control. It's a great song, and I think sort of like Midnight Rambler, it's better live. The whole presentation of the song and everything, but it's still a really good song. It's kind of a throwback to like Mick kind of saying like when he was younger, he was wild, he was this, that, he was out of control. So anyway, from Bridges to Babylon, my deep track, Out of Control. And believe it or not, from the album Dirty Work. On Facebook, I became friends with John Reagan, who was the original bass player for Ace Frehley's Comet, and he also was the bass player for Peter Frampton for many years, later on down the road. And he posted a song on his page one day, and I said, wow, that's one of my favorite deep track Rolling Stones songs. And he proceeded to tell me that he was the bass player on it. And that song is Winning Ugly. It just starts off with a nice little bass riff, and it's a really good song, and it's a great, great deep track from here. And, well, that's that. From the album Steel Wheels, my deep track from this is Continental Drift, which the middle instrumental part is what the Stones used on the Steel Wheels tour to open the show. They had the music in the middle where it picks up, and it ends with like a big explosion on the stage and everything else. But from what I recall, they used Brian Jones discovered the pipes of Jacowama or something like that. I know I should have done a little more research on that just to pronounce it correctly. But anyway, Brian Jones, before he died, released a solo album with these sounds, and the Rolling Stones included that, not from the album, but these sounds on Continental Drift. Great song, deep track. From the album Tattoo You. I mean, there's no other better deep track on this album than Black Limousine. Black Limousine, I'm glad I got to see them on this tour back in 1981. And sadly, they haven't done it since, but it just starts off with the harmonica and just a rock and blues ADE chord structure. And it's just a great song. So Black Limousine from Tattoo You. From what I consider one of the Rolling Stones' most underrated albums, Goat's Head Soup. Goat's Head Soup to me isn't as much of a rocking album, more as I consider it a fall, winter type of album you put on maybe on a Sunday morning even. But my deep tracks, this is going to have the most deep tracks for me. Obviously, because I said this is an album that you'll listen to more in the winter, the first deep track I would say is the song Winter. And after that, I would go with Silver Train and Dancing with Mr. D. And Dancing with Mr. D was kind of sparked a lot of controversy back in the day. It's like, oh, Dancing with the Devil, Mr. D and all that. But yes, from the Goat's Head Soup, Winter, Dancing with Mr. D, and Silver Train. From the double album, Exile on Main Street, my deep track on here is, and you can see this is live because this is Petey down here. I don't know if you can see him or not, but he's going to sit here and protect me from your crazy opinions saying that I'm wrong. Exile on Main Street, my deep track from this is Soul Survivor. Love that song. It's on side 4. I think if it's not the last track, the last track may be all down the line, but it's one of the best tracks. I love that deep track, Soul Survivor. From an album that stirs up a lot of controversy, because this was kind of their answer, not a good answer, to Sgt. Pepper, or at least that's what it was thought of, this whole concept and everything. But there is 2 good deep tracks on here. And one is 2000 Man, which bands have covered, including Kiss, and we talked about Kiss the other night with Ace Frehley doing it. And what I consider the best deep track by the Rolling Stones of all time is Citadel. It's this close to being a heavy metal song. It's not there, but you could hear a little bit more distortion than they use on it, and you can say, yeah, this song rocks. So again, listen to these songs if you're not familiar with them, and then tell me what you think of my opinion. And the last deep track comes from the album Out of Our Heads. Now, this is the UK version, and some of you who are Stones fans will think this is December's Children album cover, but this is the UK version of Out of Our Heads. But even on the US version of Out of Our Heads, the song Mercy Mercy, or Have Mercy, great song. And on their last tour, they always do the voting songs, and I think in Chicago it was actually a choice, and I think it won. And I really would have loved to hear that song in Philly, because it's one of my favorites. From this album I probably had when I was like 11 years old, so 53 years later, still one of my all-time favorites. Anyway, that's it for me for tonight. For my 11 Rolling Stones deep tracks, we got so many bands to do. You know, Lenny and I will do some. I think Bill and I will end up doing 1 or 2 or 3 or 4. But yeah, this is going to be our new thing to throw out there. And remember, when we post this on Facebook, like the post, because the more likes we get, the further it goes out to our group, which is weird. But anyway, have a good night. Talk to you soon.